Hello, hi everyone.
Hello, Sudha. Hi.
Okay, so I will just show you the HANA view now. So for looking into the HANA view, you have to log in into the database. So the login into database will be done from the HANA Studio. So let us log in into HANA Studio now. So this is an icon for HANA Studio on the desktop. Okay, we logged in and you can see views generally under the content folder. Okay. Under content folder, we generally see these are called as packages. And let me show you some, I think we have some data under this calculation view. Okay, user info. So this is one of the view. Under best package, we have calculation views folder. Under that, I can see there are two views, test, CV test, and then user info. So to see the data in this view or to execute it, right click on it and then click on data preview. So I have only three fields here. What are the three fields? Username, user ID, creator. And you have label access and y-axis. So let us see the data in the tabular format. If I pull all the information, this is username. And then I'll pull a creator here, value access. Or in the reverse. For example, creator and then username. Okay. So these are the creators at the bottom. Best is one of the creator. He created around 50 plus user IDs. Sys created 10 plus. System created less than 10. And this ID created 20 plus. If you see in the tabular format, this is the way. The creator is this person and how many IDs they have created. This is like a simple report, very simple report. Okay. So this simple report, we can see in different formats here. Like you can see here, this is a bar diagram, vertical bar charts. And now we can put an horizontal bar charts. This is horizontal way. And this is like a line diagram. This is a pie chart. So this is what the management expects actually for the reporting sake. It will be easier for them to see such reports. And you will see in especially when companies are declaring the results, quarterly results, this is the diagrammatic representation they put in newspapers also. You see such diagrams in newspapers as well. Like what is the profit, revenue, sharing and all those stuff. And especially during the budget sessions also we see such diagrams. So different types of representations we can see here. So this basically how to build them in the this reports, because already the reports are well built here itself in different formats. This HANA view we should able to connect to database, and this the same screen and all these icons whatever you see in different formats, all those things you can see in the Fiori Launchpad. Okay, So we will not give end users access to this particular HANA database. So user cannot log in into HANA database. It is too sensitive also because all the database tables and all those stuff will be there. So we won't allow the end user to log in into database. But what we do, we just give access to this view, user_info. And that how do we give this access to this view? If I go to the security part here in the database level, for a particular user, we have the concept of object privileges. So I'm double clicking on ADT user 1. For every user, we have object privileges. Here we can give the package like this view access in this way. So user exists in the database level with the respective view, and the same user, he will log in into Fiori, and then he can execute this view. And this is what he sees in the Fiori Launchpad. Without actually logging into the database, they are using the advantages what they have from the HANA database level. Okay. So all of you got clear now, some information? So this is very simple actually, which I have shown you. But if you see in real time, there will be attributes itself. There will be like 50 to 100 attributes here. They pull it on the right hand side and which they want to see in a tabular format. So there will be more complex data will be there because they have to pull data from multiple fields or multiple tables to consolidate into one single diagram, especially here. Okay, all of you clear here how the HANA view looks like? And this HANA view is connected to analytical app, and users can see the data in the analytical app directly. So any questions here?
So Sridhar, when they access this analytical app, end users when access this analytical tile, do they get to see this graph or this actual information that how many users are created?
So we have different tabs here. You can see chart, table, grid model. So all of them they can see the same way.
Okay.
So user can pick, if you go into this diagram also, what we have seen, the database table growth one. See here, you have tabs already on the top, you can see. You can see different models here, grid model, bar diagram, the flow charts one. So just they have to click on this and they will see different formats here itself. In the same way, we'll see here in the app.
Can you once again show us like how users can be added to the view, particular view?
No, when you log in into Studio, you see 4 folders here, right?
Yes.
Under 4 folders, security folder is there. Under security, you have users and roles. So you have to go to the user, but generally we don't give it a user. What we'll do is we create a role first. Okay. And under the role, we can add this view. Under object privileges, I can go and add this view here. I can search the name by user. It is a user info. So this is the name of my first one. Best package user info. Second one, yeah, this one. Best package user info. I select that. Select access equivalent to read access. That's it. And this role will be assigned to the user.
Okay.
So this all comes in HANA security part, like how to create users. The roles also is a different way we create, not in this way. It's a repository role concept. So that's a different concept totally together, database level. right. So that's about the analytical view. Nothing much we have to discuss here. And I'll quickly go through the troubleshooting T codes now. And we will be left with the fact sheet one. So probably I think next week I will try to get that data ready for fact sheets. Okay, so for troubleshooting part, these are in the very initial errors. Some errors I have very initial cases. Like while opening the Fiori Launchpad, you may face like this. Like nothing is coming up actually, right? When you launch the Launchpad, Fiori Launchpad, through the T code or the link, you see 500 internal error. So this comes in the very first errors. As soon as you start implementing Fiori Launchpad, in the first cases you will see. So then the below programs have to be executed. So because some caches will be there, so that we have to invalidate them. So these three programs you have to execute to avoid such errors. So just to take a note, like I'll be sending this document. If you face such errors, just make note of these diagrams and programs you have to run in the SE38. You can just execute them. Once you execute them, and you can come back and check it again. So ideally, you should see you should be able to see the home page. The home page sort of thing. When you go to, yeah. Yes, tell me.
Yeah, so yeah, actually, in production we will not be having SE38 access, right? When only ABAPers we would be giving access to SE38 to execute the program only to ABAPers. So there must be a T code, right? That we can execute.
No, I said that this is during implementation. So before go live, we will be allowed to execute. We will be allowed to execute all these transactions because our main goal is to make it usable for the user, right? So before go live only we will do all this. After go live, it is very rare. You will not get at all such errors. You will not be facing.
Okay, means you're saying in cutover or hypercare phase.
Yes, correct. Exactly.
Okay.
And you know this T code again. Any error in the Fiori Launchpad, then you can go to this transaction error log. We have been seeing it. When a newly assigned access is not reflecting in FLP. What do you mean by newly assigned access is not reflecting? Now today what we have done, I have added a new tile into the catalog, right? The database table growth. I added into my catalog, and if that is not visible to the user in the catalog, that also could be one of the issue. Getting my point, all of you? Today, we did not face that issue actually. Catalog is existing one. I did not create a new catalog. There is an existing catalog. We added a new tile into it, and already the role is also assigned to the user. The catalog is there in the role, and role is assigned to the user. So when user launches the Launchpad, the newly added tile into the catalog is not visible. So then you can just run this refresh program. Yesterday we ran this already. So I was trying to run this for fact sheets if it is a refresh problem. So you can run this. After running this, the user will see the data reflecting as the newly added ones also.
Okay. So Sridhar, same question for this case 3. Right, when we if a Fiori this Fiori developer adds a new tile into a catalog, okay, and the catalog is already assigned to a user. Okay, this case would normally fall under a support project, right? Once this already is implemented, people are working. So in that case, again, we need to go for SE38. So I believe we might need to ask to a Fiori developer only to go and execute this program, right?
No, what we do is this one we can schedule this as a background job.
Oh,
So you need
okay.
not do it actually.
Okay.
So
So like
what we do,
we
at
can
least
give it 10
maybe
minutes.
twice a day, thrice a day, we can schedule it as a background job. Yeah. So the best solution is when they do the changes and they move to production, if user is not able to see immediately, ask them wait for 6 hours. After 6 hours, you will be able to see because there is a background job running, and this job will run this program, and then you might be able to see.
If it is urgent, we can execute with firefighter ID also.
Yeah. If it is urgent, then we can do with the firefighter ID also.
Okay. I just want to check the possibility that, is there any way, because it deals with SC38, so is there any way that, we can include this Fiori ABAPer team to, to do this activity? Or we can, put the responsibility to them that, they need to execute this. Because in support project, these things do happen, right? And who will do what?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what, again, different organizations have different roles and responsibilities. Okay. So this program is generally owned by them only, Fiori designers. So they will take care in some projects.
Yeah. The reason being they only add a tile into a catalog, not the security people.
Correct.
Right. So if the tile is added into a catalog, then if it's hampering an ongoing performance, ongoing operation, then we can argue with this, right? Because when we when we decide an approach on this, the management also asks us, right, what all efforts we would be doing. So we need to take into consideration these things, right? Who will do what and what.
Correct, exactly. So why we am discussing here all these things is, see, in recent projects where I have worked, there are ABAPers who does not even know what is SICF transaction also. So they came to me with an error saying that the tile is not accessible. So I went with the basic troubleshooting. Like what troubleshooting? I went step by step. I went into SICF first step itself. And I found that the SICF component itself is not activated. Whose responsibility it is to activate? It's a Fiori developer or the developer only. Developers basically. They have to ensure all those things should be activated and then they should come to us, right? So, but they are not even aware that they did not check that component. And I was the person informed them. I informed them this could be the reason the service is not activated. So you try to activate and check it back. So then they tried to activate it, and when they tried to access the tile, it was working. So getting my point. So what happens, generally when any problem comes, they try to push it into our buckets. Bucket means what? They say this is security issue. This is basis issue. This is ABAPer issue. So we should prove them this is not our issue. This is your issue. So maybe like we can suggest them if they are not aware of these things, you can suggest these things, all these things.
Clear, Sridhar. Yes.
So even actually as a consultant, we're not even responsible to just we don't even need to see that because you will be not given a chance to create a catalog or a group. But at least we should know how to check it tomorrow when troubleshooting comes. Whether in the catalog, whether target mapping is there or not, whether tile is there or not. That is all. We are getting extra knowledge. That's all. To keep ourselves in safe hands. Because if the problem is lying in the catalog and whatever access you assign, today we have seen, right, SAP all I assigned, but still tile is not visible to us. All tiles are not visible to us. So where the issue? Because the role does not contain the catalog or the catalog does not contain the tiles. So that is not our issue. So to pinpoint exact correct issue, we should be aware of the things, where exactly to check and what exactly to check.
Okay. So Sridhar, there might also be a case that user is trying to execute a tile, okay, or user is expecting to see some tile which is not included in the catalog.
Not into the catalog. He cannot see, right? First of all, if there is not in the catalog.
And
he cannot see a tile at all.
Right, and he expects that that tile to be visible. Tile need to be visible to him, or he should access that tile.
Okay, what I have seen is they compare other people's access. Other user can see some tiles, and this user cannot see. He will raise a ticket saying that I'm not able to see this tile under the group. Group is same. Okay, the group could be same. Okay, group cannot be same. Means slightly difference. The heading is slightly different. He also sees warehouse management. I also see warehouse management group name, but his group has more tiles. My group has less tiles. So that is one issue. Generally, people comparing access. So then we have to clearly explain them based on your roles and responsibilities. You are not eligible to have this tile, or you get approvals from your people. Follow the approval process and get the approvals. We will assign this access to you. So that is the only case we get.
So in that case, how should be our approach? Like we need to, that again, we need to compare those users, right? And while comparing, we understand, this has more catalogs. The reference user would be having more catalogs, and this would be having less catalogs. The affected user would be having 1 or 2 catalogs, which is lesser than the as compared. Okay. Yeah. So is there any table which will help us to identify this? This user has access to these many catalogs, or do we need to go to user profile, open the role, and then from the role to see what catalog he has?
Okay. So the tables point of view, it is not still clear with me also. We are still in searching actually, because we are not getting correct data in all the tables. All the tables are very vague. So still I am searching the tables. So once I have the complete tables list, I will share you with all of you. But whatever I have now currently, I'm sharing with you. But in future also, whichever I get, I will share with you.
Okay. So currently, if you land up in such a situation, what you do? Like you check by profile, by checking his roles or something?
Yeah. So because if you are in from the very beginning part, role design part, we will be well aware. We are well aware which file is contained in which catalog and which role. So directly by looking into the screen, we can say this user does not have this role or this catalog. But if you are joining as a new project, so you have to use it to get to that.
Okay.
That is one thing. And also, I told you documentation should be there. Like what sort of documentation? Every organization generally, if it is, every organization will have SharePoints, right? SharePoint or some where they put the documentation.
Right.
So generally, we follow some documentation like this.
Okay.
So whenever any new tile is created, the developer, all the people, they have to maintain the data here. Like for what T code they are creating, what is the tile name? If it is standard, what is the app ID? And then what type of app type? What is the SICF service? What is the OData service? What is the catalog name? What is the target mapping? What is the role name? So if it is S4HANA, it will be one role, or you have to specifically say what is the front end role, what is the back end role. Front role, and then you have to maintain back end role. So generally we made it mandatory. Like before actually they transport, right? Whenever they create a new catalogs and they want to transport it, we said that this document has to be updated and then only we will approve the transport. So such processes has to be established. If such processes are not established, it will be difficult for you generally, because lot of people do a lot of changes, and what change they are doing, where they are exactly doing, cannot be monitored. So, and this file will be acting as a single point of source. You will have all the information here. If any user is coming and checking that I want this tile or I'm facing issue in this tile, you know what to check, which role to check, what is the catalog to check, what is the target mapping to check, if it is any group, so what is the group to check, everything is here.
Right.
Okay, so let's go back to our document. And here I have a link for troubleshooting guide. It's from a normal SAP help. So you can go through this document in different areas. Like different areas means what? Launchpad designer. Symptom. He has given some symptom like Launchpad or Launchpad designer does not display catalogs. Launchpad or Launchpad designer does not start. So based on the symptom, where you have to go, what you have to check. So all the information is available in here. Okay. So just when you have free time, just go through this documentation by clicking on the links, respective links. Again, you have further links built inside. So for example, you see, let me show you something else. Fact sheets in general. Symptom. Fact sheet is not displayed. For more information, see setup of Fiori search. Symptom 1. Data is missing on a fact sheet. Problems during navigation. You cannot call fact sheets or backend transaction. Setup of Fiori search. So it will again take you to the further link. And there the steps, what all steps are needed for fact sheets. So it will explain in detail about it. Okay, so just have it peacefully and read it because a lot of patience is needed because it is not so attractive document to read. So when you have very leisure time, then go through this document. And this is one of the table which is important for you for troubleshooting things, which gives you hash value of OData services. Like what do you mean by hash value? When you go to any, when you add any role, any OData service in the role, you get under s_service a hash value. You will not see the name of the service. Is that right? Or if you go to SP53, okay, if you see this one, this error, how it comes here, s_service I got. And then what is the value of the service name? Here it says it's a alphanumeric number. This is called as hash value. Now, how to find which is the service name? Here you can find it, but generally the name is given here. What is the service? SAP Gateway Service, EHS Search Service. But still with this hash value also you can find it. Or if I give this value, I need to get the hash value. So that particular table we are referring to here. USOBH, USOB hash. So this is alphanumeric number. Let me enter this alphanumeric number from the screenshot here. So you got the object name. Object type is IWSG. Object name is JDSH search SRV. So if you are doubtful about what type of object or what is the actual service name, then using this hash value, which you get in SU53, from that hash value, you can easily find what is the particular data service, what type we should add or what is missing from the system for the user. So all the hash values are available. If you give the object name, you will get the reverse and the same way. So that's one important table. And this is another T code. Let us see this T code, what it gives. /n/UI2/FLC. Restricted to user Okay, so meanwhile, in SUIM, for role search, you have the below options. This is a traditional way we use all of them. Roles by complex selection criteria, role name, username, etc. So now you can search by this one. One is search for application in role menu. Okay, when you talk about type of menu entry, so here we have Fiori app, Fiori tile group, Fiori tile catalog. Okay. So Fiori tile catalog. For example, what is my catalog name? ZMM_WM. So this is my role name, which I created for my catalog. And what does it contain? So this is a role name which we created, JED Warehouse Management Tile Access. And what is the tile catalog name? What are the T codes inside it? So this information, we got it from here. So we need to know at least the catalog name. So based on the catalog or a group, we can search the roles here. So this is not available in the older versions. This mechanism, this search, you can check in your systems. Search for applications in role menu or startable applications. These two options. It is not available in the older systems. ECC and all those stuff, you will not, I think it is not available, I guess. I don't remember in having that option there. So tile catalog, Fiori app, Fiori tile group, and the other ones like OData services, this one, IWSG service, this is IWSV service. So whatever we added in the role, we can search with the details.
Sridhar, OData services, this falls under what operation object?
S_service. But you are talking about here this application, right? So
No,
you
no.
should be going into this gateway, SAP gateway services groups metadata. Then the application name, give the name of that particular service here. So these are the services, IWSG.
Okay.
Because what value I have selected here, it is metadata. Okay. If I am selecting service, business suite enablement, it is IWSV. So I can see the IWSV related services.
Can you show this navigation once again?
In the roles only, just you go and search in the roles.
Roles.
So these are all traditional way on the top. Roles by complex selection criteria. You should look for this. Search for applications in role menu. Search for startable applications in role. So in startup, just I was checking here. I think it is not available here. The tile is not available here. Here the tile is not available. This one we have here, it is available. Search for applications in role menu.
Okay. Applications in role.
Okay, I'll take the screenshot and I'll give it. So these two T codes will take a lot of time actually. FLC and FLI to open it. ID of the catalog. Let us search for our catalog. So this is our catalog. In that catalog, what all tiles you have, you can see here. Display stock overview, display stock in transit, display warehouse stock. So these are 2 times it is visible in different formats, like info TM. I'm not exactly sure what is the TM stands for here, but you can see the list of items basically. How many apps are there in your catalog? And relevant group ID if you have for it, it will be shown to you. Let us also search with our group name also. It will again take a lot of time. I think some problem with the system. This drop down itself is disappearing here for fact sheets. Okay, so I'll just okay. So when you have time, just go through these T codes. You see a lot of relation information. In FLIA, you can see what all information, like semantic object, semantic action, then you can see catalog. Role also seen here actually, but in our case it is not showing the role. /n/UI2 FLT. It's also the same thing almost here. Okay, maybe I can take the screenshots and give you better. Check the screenshots better. First code. Okay, so we'll stop it here for today. So tomorrow we'll continue next week. So probably on Saturday, next Saturday, to especially look into the fact sheets. Okay, and this T codes usage. What are the data is available in these T codes?
Sridhar, from this document heading, it says day 6. Okay. And I think I have received till day 2. I mean, from this document, the one that you're sharing, the heading is day 6, and I have till day 2.
I have shared only till day 4 only. Remaining docs I will share you now.
Day 4. Okay, you have shared till day 4.
Day 3 is what we have it like so far. I mean, I don't know about others, but day 3 is last, which you sent to us.
Fine, then I will share once again all the documents. You can go through them. And also I have some FAQs also. So try to prepare answers or get ready answers yourself. I'm not sharing the answers deliberately with all of you. The reason being, I want you to search Google, at least apply some brainstorming for this thing. And you have to prepare answers for this. Okay. So prepare the answers. And if you have any questions, let me know. I will be free to answer to all of you.
Okay, thank you.
Sharing you this FAQs as well today. So start preparing answers by next week, by before we meet, so that if you have any unanswered questions, so that I can discuss in the class next.
Okay.
Right. Any more questions for today? Right then. Thanks all of you. See you all next Saturday. Thank you.